Hello and welcome back to Chem Clips by Mr. B. In today's video, we'll be focusing on tackling a multiple choice question on atom economy. But before we start, I think it's important just to refresh what atom economy means. Now, atom economy is simply a measure of how well utilized the atoms are in a chemical reaction, from going from reactants to products. And it's calculated using the equation desired product MR of the desired product divided by the total MR of all products multiplied by 100. Now, you may use or have used or have come across a variation of this where instead of the denominator reading total MR of all the products, you may have it, or you may have used the version where it says total MR of all the reactants. Now, frankly, it doesn't matter, and the reason it doesn't matter is because if you've got a balanced equation, the total MR of the reactants will be equal to the total MR of the products, according to the conservation of mass. Providing that your numerator remains as the MR of the desired product, you're golden. So let's have a crack at this question and see how we get along. Now, you've been asked which reaction has the largest atom economy for the production of hydrogen. So immediately it's been identified that hydrogen is our desired product. So let's identify where hydrogen occurs in the equation. So we've got H2 there, H2 there, H2 and H2. So again, yeah, that is definitely my desired product. So I'm just going to set up fractions here next to options A to D, and let's begin to populate the numerator, because the numerator is simply the MR of the desired product. Well, in the first case, it's just H2, so 2. Secondly, for B, it's just 2. I'm going to skip C for now. D, it's 2. Now, the reason I skip C is because a common mistake made by students is not to multiply the MR of your desired product by its coefficient. This is the one and only instance where you have to multiply the MR by the coefficient. Now, in this case, the coefficient of hydrogen is simply 3. So I have to multiply 2 by 3. So that gives me 6. So the total MR, the MR of my desired product in C is going to be 6. Okay, so let's work out the total MR of all the products, or alternatively, all the reactants. I'm going to go with the products. Now, here's a top tip. If you have got, if you find that the products or the reactants, one of the two, it's easier to calculate the MR, the total MR of one of the two, do the one that's easier, because as I said, the total MR of all products is equal to the total MR of all the reactants for a balanced equation. So the total MR so carbon has an MR of 12, oxygen has an MR of 16, so that's 28 for carbon monoxide, plus 2, so that gives us 30 for the first fraction, 2 over 30. Second fraction, we've got zinc chloride plus hydrogen. Now, chlorine is 35.5, multiplied by that 2, that gives us 71. So zinc, I can't quite recall what the MR of zinc is, it's 65.4, according to the periodic table. So we've got 65.4 plus 71. So 65.4 plus 71. And that gives us a value of 136.4. 136.4. Okay, let's do the third one. Again, we know carbon monoxide is simply 28. So 28 plus 6, because we've got 3 H2. So that gives us 34. And for the final one, we've got carbon dioxide plus hydrogen. Carbon dioxide has an MR of 44, hydrogen 2, so that's 46. Now, immediately, I needn't even calculate what the values of these fractions are, because we can quite easily identify that one of them is certainly not going to be the answer, because we're after the largest atom economy. We know it's not going to be B, just by identifying the fraction ultimately. So now it's a toss-up between A C, and D. Now, it's not out of A and D. It's not going to be it's not going to be D because that has a smaller value than A. So it's a toss-up between 2 out of 30 over 6 out of 34. The larger fraction out of the two is going to be C. And you can actually confirm this if you just pop it in a calculator. Where you're often going to find in multiple choice questions, you can quite easily narrow down your options, but it's simply a matter of getting rid and eliminating those that don't make any sense and then working it out from there. In this case, the answer, the largest value is going to be the fraction 6 out of 34 compared to 2 out of 30. So therefore, C is the correct answer. If we were to do this, let's pop in a calculator. We're not being asked to do it, but let's pop in a calculator and let's confirm this is the case. So we've got 6 divided by 34. That gives us a value of 0.176. And if we do the same for 2 out of 30, and you can do this, to be honest, in heads, it's going to give us 0.0666 recurring ultimately. So immediately out of the two, C is the large number. So therefore, C is going to be the is going to provide the largest atom economy for hydrogen when multiplied by 100. That's all from me. Hope it was useful. Until next time.